I know what you're thinking. Right now, you're being very judgy and you're thinking, oh, that animation still says that we start at 6:30. And I know, okay? Animations take time. There is involvement that needs to happen. It will get corrected. If you notice right now, if right over here, look right over there. Huh? Right over there, it says 7:00. So there you go. I've fixed it there. It'll get fixed in the animation eventually. That'll happen. Just calm your butts. Emily is first. Danny is second. Emily is second, and Emily is third. Renita is second, but second correctly. Patrick says second and third, which is not typed in the chat. We know exactly how that works in terms of rules. That's been around for a while. Emily says we're out with the Mackenzie and his phone is charging. Out with Mackenzie. All right, well. And Melissa slips in with third. So all of our scoring for the beginning has occurred. We had someone, I believe it might have been an Emily. I think it might have been an Emily, who mentioned that we hadn't done a Wikipedia speedrun in a while. So I was thinking that maybe we would do that while we're waiting for everybody to kind of roll in. If people are up for it, you know, we give folks 15 minutes to kind of roll in and make our numbers. So as people are doing that, maybe we'll set everyone off to that. So for a speed test, for those that don't know, it is, or sorry, a speed run, I should say. The way that the Wikipedia speed run works is that you're gonna open up Wikipedia and you'll go to whatever page we tell you to go to, right? So hypothetically, let's say we go to ants, which is eng.wikipedia.org/wiki/ant, right? Not saying that's where we're starting, just saying that that is an option, right? In the middle of you'll see a bunch of there are a bunch of links on the left-hand side, like main page, contents, current events. All of those off limits. The kind of gray area, can't touch that, right? And let's see. I finished a virtual sound bath, so I may be trying to stay in blissful state and do a wiki slow lope. All right.
Instead of a speed run.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, you can definitely do that. This whole show, I'll be honest, is basically a virtual sound bath, so you'll be back in it soon enough. Hi, hey, look, Septic Scope.
Hey, Septic.
I have to figure out who Eyebrow is. Who's Eyebrow?
Hello, Eyebrow.
Are you new here, or are you somebody who's been here before and has a new name? Because we just have people sometimes step in and like leave and come back. Septic is back. Very nice to have you here. We were wondering where you've been. So we're going over what a Wikipedia speed run is. So like, again, if you pull up the ant page of Wikipedia, in the middle, you'll see the word ant from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Other uses, see ant disambiguous. Ants are insects of the family, etc., etc., etc. All of that, fair. All of that is something that you can absolutely use. Then you go all the way down to the bottom, right? Keep going. There's lots of stuff. And the stuff from see also, so in this case it says like ant venom and glossary of ant terms. See also and down, you cannot use. Can't use see also, can't use references. Okay? Gotcha. Eyebrow. Nice.
Hi, Ian.
Well, we'll miss you when you leave. So that's how you start your speed run, essentially, right? Is you start there. And then we give you a second category. First category in this instance may be ants. Second category could be something like soap, right? And then you would have to, using just the links in the article. Again, you can't use the ones on the left-hand side. Can't use anything below the words also see, right? Just in the article, or see also, I should say. Just in the article itself, you'll see a bunch of the words are links. So if we go back to the top, right at the top, the word family is a link, right? Insects is a link. Wasps, bees, all of those are links. You could use any of those to get around, but you also cannot go backwards because you can't use the browser stuff either. You have to use what's in the articles, and then you try to be able to go. All right, you have to try and go from one thing, and as quick as you can get to the second thing. Everybody clear on how that works? Are we all good?
I am clear.
You're clear? All right. Septic, you don't actually have to use your brain much. You're just clicking around. And so yeah, you can participate too.
Oh, you did tease Septic. That's not very nice.
Why did I tease Septic?
Because you promised a run.
Oh, right. Well, it is a run. It's a speed run of Wikipedia. All right. So we're going to go with, we're going to do our first one while we're waiting for people to come in. We'll stop these when we have enough people or 15 minutes has gone by. One of the two. What's our first category?
Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay. All right. So I'm going to, let's see. That doesn't have. How do I find Bobby Flay on here? Maybe a capital F. There it is. Okay. So here's the beginning, everybody. I'm putting it in the chat. The beginning is wiki/Bobby_Flay, uppercase Bobby and Flay. That's where we're all starting. Okay. So everybody get there. Get your browsers to Bobby Flay.
We will know that you have won and you're at the final thing when you paste the URL into the chat.
Right. So when you get to the final page, you copy and paste the URL into the chat. If you're the first one, you win. There's no points. This is just for fun. We're just doing this for hilarity, okay? All right. So hopefully everybody has gotten to Bobby Flay, right? And now you want to go from Bobby Flay to what?
A crane, by which I mean a machine, not a bird.
All right. So we're looking for
crane_machine.
_machine, right?
Yeah.
There you go. So that's where you're going to end up. Go for it.
Go.
Yep. Try your best to get from Bobby Flay to a lifting crane.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a crane bird. No, not a crane bird. A crane machine.
Crane machine, not a crane bird.
Yes. Not to be confused with a crane machine bird, which is a different thing altogether.
That's very different.
That's like an automaton. Totally different thing. Let's see. Have I missed any people? Patrick has come in.
And then there's origami, which would be a crane bird paper.
Caitlin.
Right.
Yeah.
Hoppy.
I see. I've liked all the pictures you've been posting.
She's so cute.
What is this? Oh, yes. Emily has a new puppy. Well, we'll see the puppy in a bit.
Well, we're on puppy cam.
Yeah, there's the puppy right there. Look at the puppy. Look at the puppy. All right, so let's see. We've got Barbine has joined us. And let's see. And Nico is also here. I missed Nico coming in. It looks like just after Patrick.
Okay, so I have Ian. I need to add Barbine to my list.
Mm-hmm. Ian's going to be leaving, though, just so I don't know if we want to add him, if I'm going to add him to my shootout list.
I don't know if he counts for counting.
Yeah, but I think we're already at 10 without him, right? Because I feel like I have 11
Well,
without
yeah,
him.
we are
Okay.
now with Nico. Yep.
Yeah. So I think this is good. That we're excellent.
We will finish our first speed run.
Barbine very excited about puppies. Yes. Melissa, I have to put your present in the mail. Sorry it took so long. Post office keeps weird hours now. That's true. So Ian, how late are you going to be hanging out with us for? Is it you're only staying for the first hour, for the first 20 minutes.
Well, Trey is on a bicycle, and then he'll be joining us.
Oh, he's on a bike and coming eventually. All right.
Right.
That's good. Maybe they'll trade in and out. And then Rob's not here, but he won last week. Did we give him the did we send him over the what is it, the survey?
Totally didn't.
No, we should do that. We should definitely give him the survey. 32 more seconds, says Ian. Okay, so very specific. This is a new look. I feel like you did you get your hair done, or do you have a wig now? Nice. Okay.
Halloween at work. It was
It's
very surprised.
it's great. I
You
like
look like Velma from Scooby-Doo.
it.
I had on a different outfit earlier where I looked like Ramona Flowers.
Nice.
That's awesome. This is great. Nico, I've determined Nico looks a little like one of my aunts when she's wearing glasses and a wig.
Yes, she does.
Just a little. Like, it's not dead on, but reminiscent of Danielle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know about Michelle.
Well, they're twins, so you would.
I did finally meet that one aunt.
Yeah. They're very a little reclusive. But let's see. So nobody's gotten there. Ah, there it is. Melissa, who said that she is absolutely not doing a speed run, goes and wins it. First one to Crane. Look at that. So now
This was like non-hypothetical. I actually went through Wikipedia
You did
and made this linkage.
made sure that it happened. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it's like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon kind of thing.
It was like started at Thoroughbreds, and then it went to like Sweden at some point, and then there was the Nobel Prize, and
Yeah.
then there was dynamite, and then there was construction, and then there was machinery, and then there was a crane.
There.
I'm pretty sure that's how it happened.
Machines and it's got stuck.
There's no cranes and machines, huh? Oh,
Not at all.
that's a risk. Sometimes you take that risk. You think you've got a path, and it ends up not being right.
Melissa's was easier than mine.
Yeah. Let's see. Melissa went New York to buildings to demolition to cranes. The fact that you did that slowly meant you really did meander. You were not speed running it. You only had 4 jumps. But still, congratulations. Smile says, not even close to crane yet. That's the fun of it, but you're going to learn all of these other things while you're doing it. All right. So I think we've got people. I think we've officially finished our speed run. People, you can still go and finish it up if you want. Emily would like a wheel of shots. Sure, we can give that a shot. Let's go to the wheel of fate. Let's see what the wheel of fate
You said
says.
we can give that a shot.
Should we be taking shots? It's a Thursday. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been that kind of week. You definitely need some shots.
Boy, howdy, has it ever been that kind of week?
Yeah. All right. So we've got a bunch of people on. We got 3 people on the show here. Danny, Emily, and Nico have joined us. If you'd like to join the show as well, you can meet up with us at meet.anotherwastedhour.com. I'll put that here in the chat just so people can be a part of it if they'd like.
Probably working is the answer, Nico.
There you go. Meet.anotherwastedhour.com. You can you'll be on the show, just so you know, something to keep in mind. But yeah, that's how you get here and do it. So yeah, I think we got a couple minutes before we have to actually get started. Danny, how's your week so far?
I had an anxiety attack because my insurance might be changing. So I
Oh.
had an anxiety attack that I couldn't talk to my therapist about my anxiety attack. I reached a new level of interesting.
Yeah, that does sound, that's layers deep right there at that point.
Yeah. But I did want to say I like Nico's hair, and I was going to do a mohawk for Halloween.
Yeah.
Then the local partner wants to see me, and I don't think I can persuade him to help me here.
Annie, I
Yeah.
had one of the Mai Tais I bought a whole bottle of Malibu just for those Mai Tais you sent me. Let
Yeah.
me tell you, that Mai Tai is delicious.
Good.
All
I got
right.
her skinny ones with no calories, and I'm like, this either is going to taste really bad or really good.
Some of them they kind of taste, you could tell that they're diet, like some of them more than others, but the Mai Tai,
Solid.
stellar.
Hi, baby. So can I just say I found a Discworld coloring book for Craig for his birthday. So it's gonna be a
Oh.
whole Ankh Morkport coloring book.
I saw that. I saw that online.
That's fantastic.
I ordered it. I'm like, he doesn't even know this is coming.
No, not a chance. You're not even waiting for him to win. You're just gonna
It's
send
his
it
birthday
randomly.
next. Isn't his birthday like soon?
Yeah, it's soon.
That's equally as wonderful. All right.
All right, Wheel said yes. Cheers.
Yep, do it. Melissa, you've joined us here in the meet. How's your week going?
Pretty well. We're having our annual board meeting, and it's amazing how many very smart ocean scientists cannot follow directions on how to join a Zoom.
That's it. You know what? They're like a fish out of water.
Yeah.
Oh my God. God, I love this. I live for trivia. And it's not really even the trivia, it's just the crazy shit that happens during trivia.
Of course.
Now, the trivia is 100% the best trivia I've ever had in my life, but I'm just saying all of this makes it better.
Well, that's all
looking
thanks to
forward
Caitlin.
To having a trivia, another wasted hour trivia in person like con. Like, let's just have a con.
It could be the world's smallest con.
Yes.
Every con starts small.
Every con starts small. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Emily and I had a good time. I think we need to add to the group.
Yes.
Down.
Yeah,
All right.
Nico came over for my birthday, so it was like we had it was the inaugural s'mores on my fire pit. We had never actually done s'mores on the fire pit, so Nico brought over all the s'mores supplies, and
Never even toasted marshmallows.
we never
That's
even toasted
And
anything.
surprisingly enough, it was a really awesome fire. I mean, who knew firemen could make fire as well as put out fire? Phenomenal. It was like being at a burn. I was in their house and I could feel the fire pit outside the physical walls of their residence.
Fahrenheit 451 shit right here. The fire.
Yeah.
I was like, is it warm in here from the fire pit outside?
That's
And,
why
like,
he's not called a fire extinguisher man.
And not only that, but I went home and I like every time I go anywhere with a fire pit, you come home and you smell like fire. Nothing. Just like
Really?
it never
I
happened.
always smell like smoke.
Well, that's because you like this guy is crazy because he has like fire gloves from his job, so he'll just put the fire gloves on and like just pick up logs and move them.
We almost set you on fire on your birthday. I remember.
You just gotta get them adjusted.
Yeah. All right. Well, before Patrick ends up going up in smoke here on the show, let's get started, everybody. We've got enough people. We might as well make this thing happen. Oh, there's a question.
Can you remember to announce the matchup for question 1 before the actual question happens this time?
Probably not. I would think it's not likely, but I guess I can. Emily and Danny are going to go head to head for question number 1. Both of them here on the meeting, so you can see them right now giving each other side eyes and throwing
I
shade.
don't know how I'd ever win this. I don't think this has ever happened to me and Danny because I always vote Danny, so like I'm gonna have to like, know something on my own.
It is hard. It is hard to beat Danny when you use all of their answers. That is a difficult thing to be able to do. All right, so let's do this, Emily and Danny. We're gonna do question number 1.
In religion and art, what are cherubims, seraphims, and orphanims? Orphanims.
That's where children that have no parents live.
Orphanims.
Yep.
Lord Jesus, you are the best.
It's that's true. I think
Orphanims.
if I had a daughter, I would name her Seraphim.
So I'm actually on Facebook, so I wasn't looking at the restream. I'm on Facebook to hang out with Renita.
Yeah.
So I didn't even see Danny's answer.
All right. Let's
So
see.
So I wasn't voting this time.
Not boating this time. All right.
I did go to church as a child.
You, the two of you came in 1 second from each other.
Can you
I
spell
know,
that,
it
please?
sucks.
Which is pretty
One time
impressive.
I actually know something on my own.
Yeah. A lot of people going with angels, baby angels, fat baby angels, and Septic says rabbits. But they're all types of rabbits.
Renita says, I have a delay. You could get on Twitch. That's the fastest way to do it.
Yeah. Twitch is faster than Facebook, so that's how you're able to get things sooner. Time's up, so we're gonna go back over to Zoom and check in on everybody. If you jump on Zoom, that's another place where it's very fast, although you'll hear us immediately, but you'll still get the delay of seeing it on the screen, just so you know.
Renita, you can come on Zoom with your camera off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can turn your camera off. You can, but you'll still need to be on something to actually put your answers in. So I would definitely say Twitch is your best option.
Right. Least complicated way to do it.
Yes.
Hardest to learn is the least complicated.
Look at this. We've got a concert going on. We've got puppies. It's basically
It's not even our show anymore, actually.
It's fantastic. We're just gonna lay back and let everything else happen. Let's see. We have download the Twitch app. That's where I get it faster. Cupid without the arrow, said Renita. Cupid was one of them, right? Was that one of them or not?
Cherubim. is
Cherubim.
Cupid.
Okay. So what is the correct answer?
Hi, Barbine. The answer is angels. I will also be accepting baby angels and fat baby angels.
Yes. All of those. We will not fat shame baby angels here.
Just making sure no one wrote angles instead of angels.
I thought about it.
No, we're good.
not a thing. Oh, look, a fat baby angle. That's adorable. Such an acute angle.
I'm glad I got that right. If I didn't get that right, I think I'd have to rethink my theology profession here.
Somebody was
That's
gonna
someone who
come down
works
hard.
At a theology and someone who is in theology. I mean, that question was really a toss-up. Who was going to be faster at the
There are so many pop culture references that you can get that from, like, because A Wrinkle in Time has Seraphim in it.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of like from what's that Whoopi Goldberg where they're
Sister
all
Act, yeah.
dark, and then
Yep.
that song.
But yeah, if I had a kid and it was a daughter, I think
Salome Regina.
I would name her Seraphim because it's supposed to be the most powerful of the angels. But she could always shorten it just down to Sarah and not like get teased by kids if she wanted. So I like it as a combination name.
Fair point.
All right, let's see. We're gonna go on to question number 2. I think Danny won that particular round, but Emily did get a correct answer right after her. Renita and Melissa are gonna go head to head on this one. Renita and Melissa on question 2.
What is the official name for someone who draws maps?
I believe that is map drawer. No, is that not it? We've got some answers coming in. Looks like Melissa was very fast on the draw here.
Very funny.
Because map drawing.
Yes, you're very funny.
It's drawing
Septic says
maps.
map man.
Ma-
Septic gets a style point. I'm not laughing with my face anymore because I'm too fucking tired.
Yes.
Septic, I have missed you desperately. Ask anybody on the show. I've been asking after you for the last couple of weeks.
Let's see. We have a bunch of cartographers, a map man, a wayfinder, a cartographier.
Cartographer. That's
Yes.
good.
All of those are answers. We have determined that. So, not necessarily correct answers, but answers that do exist. Time is up, so we're going to go back over to the Zoom. We'll wait for Facebook to catch up here. Renita said artist. That's a good one. Like, you need a pretty good artist to be able to do maps.
Wheel of Fate.
Wheel of Fate for artists.
No, thank you. How about we run the show and you just answer the questions?
Copy.
Was that an actually Emily? Is that what just happened?
Yes.
All right, time's up over on Facebook as well. What is the correct answer?
Cartographer. I will also accept cartographer.
Why? I feel like that's the Wheel of Fate here, if anything.
No, it's funny.
All right, so Melissa got that one. We'll move on to our third question. This is going to be Mordecai and Diana Smiles going face to face. Let's see, question 3.
This is awkwardly phrased. Which board game is determined by a player's ability to answer general knowledge and popular culture questions? A game that was created in 1979.
Another Wasted Hour.
Nailed it.
It's not our show? I feel like our show is this.
Mordecai and Diana, A.
Mm-hmm. Mordecai and Diana. Let's see. We've got an answer in from Mordecai. That is, I'm not sure how to say it, but it's an answer. Smiles is also in. So we've got our
Eating dinner. We just got dinner made. He was trying to had a mouthful of food, and you're like, Mordecai and Diana. He's like, damn.
Was he using voice recognition for his answer?
One hand.
He's like,
What's for dinner, Nico?
What you got for dinner over there?
He made grilled chicken.
Oh, we're not live. Hold on a second. Let me switch over to the Zoom here because time is. Let's see that beautiful food.
Grilled chicken with
Ooh.
some nuts and some kind of
She
deliciousness.
dumps
And
it on her laptop.
I dump it on my laptop and kale salad.
Oh, all right. That is
This is Green Chef right here.
that's
people.
really good for you.
Looks good. Looks
Yeah,
good.
no carbs. Green Chef is all the gluten free, so
Oh, wow.
helps out.
So there you go. You got all kinds of options over there. And they deliver it to you.
Nunya Biz is here.
Nunya Biz is here. Welcome, Nunya Biz. I was going to ask, Nunya Biz, did you get your t-shirt? We sent you a t-shirt. Hopefully it arrived. It took a little while, but we got it there. All right, so a bunch of different answers. It looks like, let's see, Mordecai got an answer in first with Trivial Pursuit. Pursuit.
All out.
And Smiles came in with Trivial Pursuit. Well spoken, as you would expect. Not the mumble mouth that Mordecai is. Don't talk while you're chewing. We've told you this before.
Don't type while you're chewing.
Yes. Were either of those correct?
Yes.
What? Which one of those?
Both of them.
They can't both be right because they're not the same words.
Well, you could argue an M is close to the space bar.
All right, for our next matchup, we need to find out, is Ian still here hanging out with us? I haven't seen anything from Ian recently.
Ian?
Last I saw,
32 more seconds have elapsed.
definitely 32 more seconds has elapsed, so there's a decent chance that he's not here anymore. So maybe I'm going to drop him off, and we're going to go Septic Scope and Patrick. Septic Scope and Patrick. Oh, Nunya Biz has gotten the t-shirt. It's soft, isn't it? Isn't it lovely? It's just a wonderful t-shirt.
Soft and luxurious.
Mm-hmm. Septic Scope and Patrick for question number 4.
What is the sad anagram of gyrated?
Oh, trick question. There is no sad anagram for gyrated because no matter how you rearrange those letters, I'm still going to think about gyrations. It's a fact. Technically, if you rearrange all of those letters, would you be gyrating them?
You're very smutty.
Yes. Yes, I am. That is a fact. We've got some answers in. Septic has gone with gyrated, which, it's that time where you take all the letters and you move them around so much that they end up the original name again. That's the problem. Overthought that one a little.
It's a double anagram.
Yes. If you take another word that is an anagram of gyrated and and make it an
And
anagram,
you anagram it.
yeah, then you get gyrated. A lot of people don't know that. We're seeing a theme here, it looks like. Nunyabiz says that it is silky smooth. Silky smooth. I think everybody who has gotten another Wasted Hour t-shirt can agree it's pretty darn silky smooth.
All I have
Fact.
to do is lose like 10 pounds and then I can wear mine again.
You know, we have a bunch of them back here that are all different sizes.
Yeah.
You could just wear 2 of them if you wanted. You could do whatever. Imagine me singing the answer like the Bee Gees, says Smiles. I'm not sure. Is there a tragedy song from the Bee Gees? I'm not familiar with it. Tragedy!
That was singing like the Bee Gees.
I feel like I nailed it, but I just don't know if that's a song. A lot of people said tragedy is the correct answer. Tragedy.
Yep.
It is. So both, it looks like.
Yeah,
No.
it was a fucked up question to give Septic, by the way. Septic can't do anagrams
Why?
because he's dyslexic.
They start off that way then, right?
Oh, sorry, Septic.
That was mean. All right.
Actually, if you think about it, all he does are anagrams.
Constantly.
That is the joke that Keith just made.
Yeah. It starts off as an anagram, then you got to figure out the real what the real word was. All right, 5 points to Patrick, Nico, and Barbine.
Oh, there's a typo in the next question.
Oh, should I fix it? Let's see if I can fix it before anybody sees it. I can make this happen, right? I feel like this is a thing.
Dun, 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 dun,
Everybody,
dun, dun, dun,
here's
dun.
some music from Caitlin's mouth.
Do 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 do.
Where are we? What am I
Two up
looking
from
for?
where your cursor is. I've been doing this all day, telling people where to find things.
Is this it?
In the 5th word of that sentence.
Oh, is it that?
Yes.
All right. Everything's fine. No changes were made, luckily, because we're professionals and we didn't need to change anything. So we're going to move on with Nico and Barbine going head to head for question number 5 that is completely spelled correctly.
What 2008 film starring Christian Bale has this quote? I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
And this show doesn't kill you.
No, it does not.
Not a single death due to this show.
Not even one. Who the fuck is matching up?
It is Nico and Barbine.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do 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 do.
Septic says, oh, well, shit. Let's see. We've got, let's see, Nico with it. Does Nico have an answer?
Barbine
in yet?
answered.
Barbine's in. Let's see. Yeah, there's Nico with an answer. They have different answers. So someone's going to
They
get
do.
this right and somebody's going to get this wrong, or everyone's going to get this
No
wrong.
one gets it right.
Yeah. Everyone dies in the end. Okay, that's a different show. We do a different show about that. That's
We just discussed the fact that this show doesn't kill you.
yeah. Well, that's high stakes, another Wasted Hour,
Oh.
where yes, you could lose your life.
That's
Uh,
very morbid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nothing gets by you.
The Morbidly Obese Show. That's us. All right, so we've gone to Zoom. We're waiting for Facebook to catch up.
Everyone has answered.
Nunyabiz is calling a Wheel of Fate on Batman equals Dark Knight. That's an interesting one. That could be compelling.
I
Beca-
decline.
You decline? No? All right. There's a lot of Batmans.
That's my problem.
Yeah, you think so? All right. Let's see. So time's up over
The movie
on
wasn't
Facebook.
even called Batman the Dark Knight. It was just called Dark Knight.
Was it called Dark Knight parenthetical Batman?
No.
Was it called Dark, otherwise known as Batman Knight?
No. It's not like the Godfather series where every single movie has The Godfather in the title.
What was the second one called?
The Godfather 2?
That's right. Now I remember. Yeah, that was a good one. All right, so we have Batman, Dark Knight, the Joker. Oh well, shit. Dark Knight. Sorry, the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight. Batman, the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight, the Dark Knight. And it's Halloween. Morbid is perfectly acceptable. And Renita says no.
I don't know why Renita said no.
I don't
Is
know.
it because of your typo? Because I'm going to accept your typo as you meant to include a K.
Yes. I think that that's fair. All right. So, what was the correct answer?
The Dark Knight.
Was it really? We only
All
said
day long.
All right. So Nico went with the Joker. Not correct, unfortunately. So, Barbine all got it with. Are you accepting the Dark Knight and Dark Knight?
Yep.
Both of those. 5 points go to Barbine. For question number 6, we're gonna go Nunya Biz and Emily. Emily and Nunya Biz going head to head this time. And that's for question 6.
I need an exact answer. How many permanent members are there on the UN Security Council?
All right, so this is not a closest question. Somebody's got to get it right, and that's how we get points. It is correct or not correct. That is it. How do you fit all your hair under that wig, says Emily. That's a good question. I assume probably plaster of Paris, which is French plaster. A lot of people don't know that.
Shaved it first.
Emily and Nunya?
Yep, Emily and Nunya going head to head. We've got an answer from Nunya early on here. Emily has got an answer, and now they are different answers. Septic's got an answer of 56. That is a very large council. That feels maybe too large for a council, but I could be wrong. We're ranging from about 5 to 15 right now. Time's almost up, so get your answers in. And we're going to head over to the Zoom and wait for Facebook to catch up. We should ditch Facebook at some point. We have to get everybody over to Twitch, and then we'll just live and let live and move forward. But this how many permanent members? So this doesn't count any temporary members. This doesn't no mannequins or anything like that. If somebody buys a dog and brings it to work,
No fickle members.
yeah, that's no flaky members. They have to like be there and serious. So the first question I always have when we have these exact questions like this, did anyone get it right?
Yes.
It did. Oh, someone got it right. Is it 56?
No.
Is it 11?
No, it's not.
Is it 15?
No, it is not.
Is it 8?
No.
Is it 7?
No.
Is it 5?
Sure is.
Oh, Nunya Biz pulls it out. Gets the 5 points. Emily, unfortunately, did not.
China, France, Russia, UK, US.
I was hoping you would say like one random one, right? It would be like
Uzbekistan.
right, like it'd be China and Russia and the US and like
Liechtenstein.
yeah, and like
That's
Andorra and
everyone's favorite European country, Canada.
and then any other stepping on jokes. All of those doing like that would be hilarious. All right, so Danny Boat for the win. Oh, nice. So for those that don't know what boating is, that's when you're stealing an answer from somebody else. You're allowed to do that. You can't look it up on the internet. You can't Google it. You can't Wikipedia it, but you can steal it from people in the show if you want. And sometimes that is very valuable, and sometimes it blows up in your face. But this time it worked out. So let's go to our next one, which is going to be Danny and Renita. Danny and Renita going head to head. Now, we're only going to go through question 10 on this because we do have a theme today. So definitely try and get your points in while you still can. Oh, you know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I lied. I'm going to go back. I'm going to hit the people that didn't get points instead of just doing it. Last time we did it the whole show. So I just was mixing it up. This time I want to make sure to give everybody a shot at trying to get points. So Renita and Smiles. Renita and Diana Smiles are going to go head to head. Question number 7.
The Day of the Jackal was a novel about the assassination of which world leader?
Hugh Jackman. Final answer. Is that not correct? Did I say it wrong? Hugh Jackman. Is that correct? I'm not sure how to spell it. Hugh Jackman. All right, we've got answers starting to come in. We've got about 30 seconds left on the clock, everyone, so get your answers. Septic came in with the Nelson Mandela. The murder of Nelson Mandela. Mm.
Mm?
Mm.
Mm?
Mm.
Mm?
I feel like maybe Septic is actually suffering from the Nelson Mandela effect, which is a little bit different. And that is the belief that Nelson Mandela was already dead when he was not dead, and everybody believing that that was actually history. Also, another episode of the Nelson Mandela effect is the Berenstain Bears.
The Berenstain Bears?
Right, because it's not spelled the way you'd think it's spelled.
At all.
No. Go look it up. Look up Berenstain Bears, and you will think,
And your head's going to hurt.
yeah, and you're gonna be like, but that's not. Yeah.
Gonna hurt your brain.
First question is, does it start with B-E-A-R, like a bear? No, it doesn't. That's the one. Well, we all definitely thought that. And then it goes crazy from there. It just goes off the rails at that point, because then it's bear and stain. Instead of,
Renita and Smiles.
yes, Renita and Smiles going head to head with the Berenstain Bears, which we all refer to as the Berenstain Bears, just not really spelled that way. Maybe it is spelled correctly and it's pronounced correctly, but they don't align. Not in my brain, at least. So we've got people who said, we have a Karen on the board. We've got Nelson Mandela. We've got General Charles de Gaulle. We've got President of France. I'm not sure if that's because Nico is not sure if the President of France was killed, or if President has, if France has a president, or if France is a country. I'm not sure.
It's definitely the last one.
Yeah. Charles de Gaulle. Thomas Morvello Riddle, says Patrick. He is a world leader, at least some people's worlds. Emily says, I should have waited. Renita says Charles de Gaulle. So it looks like we had a pretty good race here. Smiles came with Charles de Gaulle. Renita came in with Charles de Gaulle. And they were only about 10 seconds apart. Is the correct answer Charles de Gaulle?
Yes.
It is! So unfortunately, a point lost by Emily, but Diana gets 5 points. Renita also gets a point for getting it correct.
I will also accept General Charles de Gaulle, even though in the book he's the president, not referred to as a general. And I will accept President of France because I didn't say I needed a name.
Oh, all right. There you go. You're being very generous.
It's been a long week. I don't have it in me to fight anyone. I just don't.
Yeah, I can understand that. And it was the president of France, Nico. That is true. More so than the general of France at that time. But one Craig coin. Same. I vividly remember discussing whether they were Jewish and if it was pronounced Steen or Stein. That's fair.
I think we always said Berenstein.
Yeah, my parents definitely were like, this book is approved because this is the first cartoon book written about Jews and their bears.
And they're bears.
Therefore
Definitely
approved.
this book.
Blanket
I
approval.
don't remember it having any sort of particular material in general. I think they were just trying to get people comfortable with the last name Stein. Like,
But they had a Christmas book.
I don't know. I mean, we celebrated Christmas too.
Because I grew up with it.
I mean, but a lot of Jews love Christmas because it's just so big and you can't avoid it. And it's like, it doesn't have any sort of like religious meaning, which makes it so much more fun because there's none of that stress of like church and Santa and being good. It was just like parties,
Yeah.
ornaments, trees, cookies, parties, more alcohol. Like, Jews love Christmas. Make no mistake. Like,
I mean, if you think about it, if you ask a kid, like, Would you like more presents or less presents? The kid's going to be like, I'll double up.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, oh, Hanukkah is 8 days of presents, but we could just skip that nonsense. We'll still do the whole menorah thing. We'll give you that like shitty candy that we have to give you. It's like in coin form. But Christmas is coming, and we're just gonna like load up your presents and shit, so you can tell all the kids at school about how cool it was, and you just play along with the Santa thing. Like,
Right.
yeah, you know.
Okay. As
Yeah.
long as you're not saying Jews love Easter, because that would be
Weird.
that would be weird.
In the process of asking if we have discussed the Berenstein Bear paradox,
Yes.
Craig misspelled it twice.
That's amazing. Yeah, we weren't. Craig is here.
Hey, Craig.
We discussed it not as a time travel paradox, but as a Nelson Mandela effect that has occurred.
Yes, the president of Ankh-Morpork was murdered in that book.
Yes. So let's get to, let's see, we're about rounding out halfway through the show here. This is good. We're doing well, I think. People who have not gotten points still, Septic, Scope, and Nico. Let's give them a shot. We've got a few more questions, so we can definitely spread this out, and maybe we'll have Craig do a couple here in a row since he got here a little late. We'll see about that. All right, so question number 8.
Question number 8. Which planet has a pink sky?
Oh, things got moved down. That's not nice.
How dare you?
I know.
Who are we doing? Septic and Nico.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got.
Septic and Nico. Let me go make sure my other ones aren't also messed
Septic
up.
and Nico.
because we made a
Septic and
change.
Nico. Septic and Nico.
This is good. I can fix things. I can fix things, and people don't even know it's happening.
I have a song.
You have a song?
Good question, because I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to Adrian, and then I just voted off of whoever said whatever plan. I think I just voted off of Septic, so that's a terrible idea.
Well, there you go. I like it. We'll see if that strategy is a bold strategy to vote off the person that you're competing with, but
We were discussing the Bernstein Bears. It's Stain, S-T, what? I don't know.
Stain.
yeah, it's spelled stain.
But everyone's been pronouncing it wrong forever, so
Yeah.
it's just
It could be pronounced steen,
If you
I
say it
don't
fast
know.
enough, it sounds like whatever you want it to sound like.
but yeah, it's also
Sounds
not.
like Murphy. Whatever. Just say
Yeah.
it real fast. Nobody knows.
Say it quickly. That's all that matters. And then put your hand in front of your face a little, and then nobody will know better. It'll be fine.
Bernita says the answer is Earth while on mushrooms.
Oh, that's a good call. That is probably true. All right, let's see. Waiting for Facebook here, and come on, Facebook, you can do it. I know it. You can. There we go.
I don't think I got an answer from Mordecai.
No answer from Mordecai. He's probably still
Mordecai's
chewing.
very busy chewing chicken and talking about the Bernstein Bears.
Well, it's the greens that he's got going on. If you got kale, it takes a lot of chewing.
Do not add Craig to your list.
Don't add Craig to the list. Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm kicking him off.
Bad jokes are all right. Fair enough. Not going to be on the list. Tried to hook him up, but not going to happen. All right. So what is the correct answer? What do we?
Mars.
Mars. Why are Mars bars not pink? We should make them pink. That'd be amazing. Septic got Mars first, it looks like.
Septic gets 5 points.
That might be the first time he's won a head-to-head right there.
Might be.
That might be the first time. All right, so this is good, everyone. Very exciting. We've got a couple more questions. Let's see who hasn't gotten points. We're gonna do Emily and Renita. Give them another opportunity at some points here. No Craigslist. No, well, just Craig jokes apparently is what we're going to be getting. All right, so let's go to question number 9 with Emily and Renita going head to head.
Question number 9. What is the most northerly city to have hosted the Summer Olympics? I almost repeated question number 8. My brain is a bowl of pudding.
Caitlin has been working very hard today, and I had a fantastic moment because she was working really hard the last couple of days. I said, you know what? I'll order us dinner. Just let me know what you want. And she said, you know what? I'd like some French onion soup, and I would like some cream spinach from Outback. And I was like, done, no problem. How many cream spinaches do you want? You know, and she said, make it like 3 of them, and then I'll have some leftovers. And I was like, great. Now I knew for a fact that last time we ordered from Outback, you could add things onto your steak, and I added on these things called
Twisted ribs.
yes. That was very slow.
My brain is a bowl of pudding.
I don't know why you jumped in then.
My brain's a bowl of pudding.
So there are things called twisted ribs, and I'd never tried them before, and I thought, well, why not? Right? Let's give them a shot. And I'll come back to this story. We're gonna move on to the answers here. It looks like people went with, let's see, what's that first one here that Emily decided on?
Not reading it.
You're not gonna read it. Why?
You know.
Ankh-Morpork. Danny went with Helsinki. Quebec says Septic Scope. Oslo. Craig also believes there's now a boat on Ankh-Morpork. Calgary and some Helsinki's after that. So I think we can say that Emily definitely didn't win. I think that's fair. The question now is, what did Renita guess? Renita went with Helsinki. Is the correct answer Helsinki?
It is.
Hey! 5 points for Renita. And it looks like we've got a few other people as well. It looks like Mordecai and Danny and Patrick all get points as well. Danny getting 2 points for being the first one with Helsinki. So well done there. One more question with these head-to-heads. And we've only got, I think, 2 people who have not gotten points yet. So one of you will walk out of this round without any extra points. One of you will hopefully get points. We will see. We are going to put Nico up head-to-head against Emily. Emily is getting 4 chances now to get a point here. We'll see how it goes. So for question number 10, Nico versus Emily, here it goes.
What element was named after a 1781 discovery?
Yes, you can check the periodic table for this particular element. It is named after something discovered in 1781. So there we go. There's a couple of things that you have to keep in mind here. Because first, you need to know all of your elements. And then you need to know things that were discovered in the 1700s. Right? So those are 2 difficult things to do. I get that. Nika says molybdenum. Bendenum. Okay. Septic went with gallium. Gallium's fun because that's the one that melts in your hand, right? Is that correct? I believe it melts at like hand temperature, but not at room temperature. So it's solid and then it melts in your hand. And if you put it on aluminum, it eats aluminum, which is kind of cool too. So you can do fun things with that. You can eat like an aluminum can. All right, let's go to Zoom because time is up. A lot of Karens have rolled in. There's only just a few seconds left as we're waiting for Facebook to catch up.
So I think Mordecai just had a stroke.
Mordecai is still chewing, obviously, because that looks like a sneeze.
That looks like a cat.
That does look like a cat. Hopefully he's not chewing a cat. All right, so let's see. Lots of different barium, lots of carrions, kryptonite. So we've got kryptonite and molybdenum are the 2 answers from the people going head to head. Did either of them get it correct?
No.
No. which is unfortunate because
Still wrong, Nico.
Nico says, sorry, I know this one.
And then had a second guess after time was up. She guessed tungsten,
Tungsten.
which
Out
is still not correct.
Now I'm curious, from all of the people who guessed different things, what was the discovery that you think it was named after? Like, Nico, what was tungsten named after that was discovered in the 1700s? Because if you say tungsten, I'm gonna come across this wire and punch it.
Tongues.
They discovered tongues in the 1700s. Up until then, the 1600s was just all open tones. Nobody was able to say a T or a D or anything like that. It was just human beings walking up to each other and saying, "Oh, oh, 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 e, e, ah." It was all vowels up until the 1700s, and then they discovered tongues. And that's why when people speak different languages, they call it tongues. These are all facts. Just write them down, put them in a book. Our barium. What was discovery of barium?
Some dude named Barry.
Just hey, there's Barry. Write this down. It's 1796.
Or it
whatever.
might be the discovery of cemeteries.
Of cemeteries. I get it. Gallium's like a ship that got people to new places. That's not a gallium. I know what you're going for, though. It's like, what is the name of that ship? A big
Galleon
galleon.
is a coin.
There's
right?
a galleon
and also
ship.
a ship, I think.
Yeah, a galleon ship. A galleon shit is a totally different thing. And that's what Nico's cats do. It's a lot of shits. All right. So, no, it was named after something that was discovered in the 1700s. And then they discovered the element itself and named it after that. Can we give them a hint? What would be something that was discovered in, let's say,
We have a new guess.
oh, Renita says uranium, which would be named after what? Caitlin?
Uranus.
Yep. And the correct answer is
Melissa is a goddamn scientist, and she laughed when I said that.
we're adults here. I see you all snickering. Uranus. All right. See, Danny.
I work with teenagers, so that's the thing.
Renita got it, unfortunately, after the bell and a few answers in, but
That's right.
that is correct. It is uranium, and they've named after the discovery of the planet of Uranus. Is that helpful? Good. Everybody didn't have to. Nope. Melissa still smiled.
She still translated it to teenager in her head.
Yes. So no points given for the face to face there, the head to head, the shootout, whatever we want to call it. And that brings us to the second half of the show, which we're right on time here. We start at 7:00. It's 8:00 now. Well done.
Can I take a potty break?
Yeah, go take a potty break. Do you have any speed round things or speed runs?
No, I only have the one.
Just the one? All right, we'll do another speed round while she's going and using the restroom. I will take the one that we started with. So Wikipedia Ant, right? That's this time. So everybody go there on your browser. Again, the rules: can't use the browser itself, can't go forward or back using the browser, can't use the links in the gray area there on the top or the sides, can't use anything below the see also or also see down at the bottom. See also references, can't use those. Only links in the article itself. And you know what? We're going to go to, let's see. We're going to go to wiki/soap. Wiki/soap. I mentioned that earlier, so we're going to use that. So ant to soap. We'll see if anybody can get there, how quickly you can get there. I've not tested this one, but I am a firm believer that everything is linked in Wikipedia through other things. So I think it is completely possible. So there you go. Soap is a salt of fatty acids used in a variety of cleansing and lubricating products. Soapy surfactants are also used for washing, bathing, and housekeeping. In industrial settings, soaps are used as thickeners, components of some lubricants, and precursors to catalysts. You're just going to put the URL up there of soap when you have gotten to that. They didn't even miss you because they're so busy doing research on the web right now.
Good, because work is incessantly messaging me.
Well, feel free to answer them and tell them that you are not available, because you shouldn't have to deal with their junk. All right, so let's see. We don't have an answer yet. Nobody's gotten it, so anybody could still win. Again, we are going from... Yeah, soap is definitely weird. It's like when you use soap, you have no problem with it, but then you start reading about soap and you're like, oh, this is terrible. I've wanted to start my own soap making company, and it would make homemade like fancy soaps and sell them, and I would and I want to call it Big Fat Lie, but it's spelled Lye, because that's what soap is. It's just a mixture of fat and lie. Except that I don't care about making soap, so that's the downside. I've got all the marketing ready to go, but I don't have any desire to make soap by hand. So that's gonna be a kink in the system there for being able to actually make that happen. All right, let's see. People still very, very... Oh, Emily has hit a snag somewhere. Oh, what's wrong?
No, Patrick has the answer. He just can't figure out how to post a link.
That's part of the game. Patrick says he's already got it. People only have a few seconds left. There it is. Patrick's the winner. Wiki/soap is what we're looking for. That was the
I got
correct
stuck
one.
in child rearing. You'd figure there'd be something about bathing your children in a wiki about child rearing, but nada.
It does seem like it would be in the instruction manual, right? Make sure you watch this thing from time to time. All right, so we've got the winner. We're going to move on then. Remember, this week, we didn't have it last week. This week, we do have a theme. For those who are not aware, a theme is where something in the question or the answer provides a common thread through all of the next 10 questions and answers. And that means that they're all tied together in some theme. I will let you know that if those people who have done this before know, well, we also allow homophones, right? So sometimes we've had things that like sound like something or a part of something.
And it could be in the answer or it could be in the question.
Yeah, either one. So yeah, take your notes, everybody. We will we'll do that. Also, the way that we point the theme is if you have shared the show on Facebook or you have hosted the show on Twitch, then we're going to put 5 points into a bank, right? Every person that gets the theme correct gets a share of that bank. So if 10 people, if there are 10 shares or 10 hosts, like Patrick has just done, look at that. Wonderful. If there are 10 hosts or 10 shares, that'd be 50 points in the bank. If only one person gets it right, they get all 50 points, right? If 5 people get it right, they each get 10 points. So that's how we split it up. We usually round up if it's an odd number, if it's a decimal of some sort, just to keep things reasonable. That sleeping puppy is simply adorable. Yeah, that is a tuckered out puppy. That is too much trivia for that puppy. All right, so we're moving on to question number 11. Question number 11.
Question number 11. Believed to be haunted by the victims of the Winchester Repeating Arms Company, the Winchester Mystery House was built in what U.S. city?
And this is wonderful because this is one that I've been to. I went to this.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, it was super. I asked you to go because we were in California for work, right? And
Yes, but don't say where.
right, we were in California for work, and I was like, you know what? Since we're gonna be close, we should totally just go to the Winchester Mystery House. And you were like, the what? And I was like, trust me, this is gonna be awesome. And it was pretty awesome,
I
right?
thought he was taking me on like a home and garden tour. And
Yeah.
what the fuck we were doing.
Oh, it's just insanity. It's so wild. And so the story behind it is that the widow of Sir Isaac Winchester,
Sarah Winchester.
yes, the inventor of the Winchester repeating rifle, he passed away, and she got all his stuff, including
Millions of dollars.
like a fortune, something that would be like a very large fortune in today's money, but back then it was probably like $12 million. But
I think they said now it would have been like $500 million.
yeah, it was something
Remember
gigantic.
when they think there's all those different rooms and it like she keeps building on the house and it's
Yeah.
like, giant maze in there. Oh, okay, I know what this is.
And so this was all right, so time's up. And so what happened was that she went and saw a soothsayer or a psychic, and the soothsayer psychic person said, all of the spirits of the people who were killed by your husband's guns are coming after you.
Is this the one that the movie is made about with Helen Mirren?
Yeah, it
I
might be.
don't know.
Okay.
I've never heard of the movie, but
There's a movie called Winchester, and
then yeah, maybe
I know
so.
what and it's a scary one. So okay.
So she believed, and she was like all in on it. She decided that that's probably true. She'd been having some difficult times recently. So the psychic said the only way you're going to be able to elude them is if you confuse them by constantly building your home. And if you keep adding to your home, they won't know how to find you because your home is constantly changing. And so she would sleep in a different room every night. And she had people working, building her home 24/7 for like a decade.
I think it was like 20 years.
Was it 20
The
years?
house ended up being 7 stories tall until there was an earthquake. And now it's like 3.5 stories tall.
Yeah. So the thing is that like functionality and style and all of that, not super important. It was more important that as the days went on, something got added. And so they kept adding and they kept adding and they kept adding. Let's see. It was ended in 1922. And let's see. It was built in 1886, but I don't think that's when it happened. I feel like they had the house to start with. So you had $20 million, which would be $543 million now.
Nailed it.
Yeah, we were pretty good at that.
I remember it from the tour.
Yeah. But so in 1884, she purchased the unfinished farmhouse and began building, and then did that. So it was like 40 years, almost 40 years,
Yeah.
right?
It was a long ass time.
And so there are staircases that just go into the bottoms of other rooms, like the ceiling, the ceiling of the next room. So it goes up into the floor or the ceiling above it. There are doors that open up into walls because they just sealed off that door now, and it no longer went to anything. There's a door that opens up to the garden, but 3 stories up because they just never put anything there. And so if you open it, you fall out and die. And just all kinds of really fascinating things. There was a cabinet that opened up and it was only about an inch deep. And there was a cabinet that if you opened it up, it was the rest of the house behind the cabinet.
Mhm.
Just all zany, wonderful things.
One of the, I think, really interesting features was she had really like a ton of problems with her legs, like arthritis and stuff. And so a bunch of the stairs, you can tell like the stairs she actually used because they were switchback stairs and the risers were way shorter than normal stairs. And so you had to have the stairs go like this a whole bunch so you could like get from here to here without having risers that are the normal height.
Mm-hmm. I think they were called easy risers.
They're called easy risers.
Yeah. And so super fascinating. If you are ever out in California in the area of
San Jose.
San Jose, go check out the Winchester Mystery House. Danny was the first one to get that correct.
If you're lucky, you can catch a nighttime candlelight tour.
Now here might be a wheel of fate. It's up to you. You're the quiz mistress on this. Nico answered after getting more information about the Winchester Mystery House.
That's fine.
You're good with that?
Mhm.
All right, if you say so. Yeah, and Nunya Biz says dead
Using
ends
your own
drops
brain is not cheating.
and stairs to nowhere. All right, so Nunya Biz. Have you been there, by the way, Nunya Biz? Friends of Fear is hosting us. That's great. Thank you so much. So let's move on to question number 12.
When you pour sulfuric acid into sugar, the resulting smelly product is a mixture of water, leftover acid, and what material?
There you go. You have to be a scientist now. That is what it is requiring you to know. Let's see. Oh, that's how Coca-Cola is made, apparently.
Coca-Cola.
Nico says. Nunya says, yes, but forgot the city. Yeah, some of those cities in that area kind of blend together a little, but it's cool. Apparently they do a flashlight tour of the Winchester Mystery House on Halloween.
Yep.
Which is pretty
And
popular.
they do one every month. There's one flashlight tour.
Oh, okay.
It's on the 13th of every month. They do a flashlight tour.
Mm.
She had a lot of 13 things. So there were like stained glass windows with 13 sections
Yep.
and 13 stairs to a lot of places.
There was a room that she meditated in, but it didn't have any. Was it a room that she meditated in? I think so. It didn't have doorknobs going out or something like that. She got locked in one at once because there were no doorknobs to get out.
There's a bathroom door with a glass window in it, so her nurse could see her as she got like older and sicker, so that her nurse could like peep on her when she was in the bathroom to make sure she was okay.
Mm-hmm. You're up on the second floor. You could look down through a skylight and see the kitchen.
Mhm.
All kinds of interesting things. All right, so time is up. Let's make sure we're caught up on Facebook. We are indeed. So, answers we've got in Coca-Cola, Pretty Cure. Pretty Cure? Bees. Septic says you get bees if you combine those things. Bees come shooting out. Hydrogen peroxide. Emily says a Karen. Methane, and methane. So, we have a Karen on the board, so the question that we have to ask first is, did anyone get it correct?
No.
No! A point goes to Emily. No one got it right, so no, you don't get the correct answer. We're just moving on. You got to go look it up yourself. You don't think that'll be popular? All right. What's the correct answer?
Carbon.
Ah.
You just get like a big tower of carbon that inflates and comes out of the flask. It's pretty cool. We got to do it in our chemistry class.
Mm-hmm. It's those snaky things, basically, right?
Yeah, it's the snaky things.
The little carbon snake things that you can get them on like near 4th of July, but I don't know that has acid in it. Not sure how that works because you light those.
Yeah, then it's slightly different, but it's like it looks the
A
same.
very similar like thing that comes out. All right, so on to question number 13. Speaking of the Winchester Mystery House.
Question number 13. Who was first to circumnavigate Antarctica in the 1700s aboard the vessel HMS Resolution?
I know the HMS Beagle. That's a dog. There's got to be a number of people who own a Beagle that they've called HMS, right?
Gotta be.
In the world, that's probably really common. Carbon.
Yes, Nanya, I understand carbon doesn't smell. This particular reaction is smelly.
After the smelly reaction. The smelly results.
The resulting product is a mixture of water, leftover acid, and what material? I didn't say what smelly material.
That's true. Did not say it was a smelly material. Burning.
Thanks for actually Caitlining me, though.
You'd miss it if it didn't happen.
It didn't happen last time, and I almost fell over with surprise.
All right, time's up. We'll wait for Facebook to catch up here, and we've got some answers in. Way to go. Emily says Renita. Admiral Perry. Salandrone. Magellan Perry. James Waikiki, the very well-known captain who found the beach of Waikiki in Hawaii. Thomas Morvello Riddle, otherwise known as Tom Morvello Riddle, because apparently Nico's on first name basis. They use shorter names. All right, so time is up. Septic surprisingly close on this
Is
one.
the closest one.
Yeah. Septic was very close on this one. Renita is just a little behind, and I'm not sure how to make that work better.
No, it is not James Honolulu, Nico, but it is a person whose first name is James and who has a lot to do with Hawaii.
Mm-hmm. How do we feel? It feels like Renita has been...
On my screen when I'm on Facebook, Renita came in before the time's up, but I don't know if you go by that.
Yeah, we usually don't, but we're usually looking for what's happening here, but it is before that. That's a valid point. So, the person who found Hawaii, when it comes to white people,
Yeah, the
'Cause-
white person who
'cause
found Hawaii first.
there were a bunch of people there already, but the discovery of Hawaii by those other folks was named James. That was his first name. His last name was not Waikiki, even though that is a beach on Hawaii. But his last name was,
Cook.
yes, James T. Cook, the famous captain of the Enterprise.
No.
No? That's not right? So I think Renita gets this one. I feel like that's
Okay.
that's a point to me. Facebook, I think, is being a little bit of a jerk about stuff. So Cook is the correct answer. James Waikiki, not the correct answer. But and Perry, unfortunately, and Salandrone, also not correct. So couldn't remember the first name. You nailed the first name, though.
There's a typo in number 15.
You missed the second name. Oh, did we got something wrong?
There's a typo in
Oh.
question number 15.
All right, let's see. You don't want any embarrassment of it. Did I close it? I closed it already. We're just doing this. Question 15.
Well, question 14 is actually what we're on
question
right now.
14.
What was the largest storm ever recorded with an eye of 9.3 miles wide and an overall diameter of 1,380 miles?
That is a good question. I don't know. This one here?
Yes. There's no apostrophe in its.
All right, solved. 30 seconds left on the clock. We've got some people. James Honolulu, yes, I do like that one.
Cyclops. Giant Cyclops. Aunt Jennifer.
Good old Aunt Jennifer. In the U.S., I don't think that's...
No comment.
I don't think that's in the question. I think largest storm ever recorded is what we're looking for. I feel like if we were saying something else, it would just be... I think it would just be more specific. I'm just saying. We're going to Zoom. Let's see. A lot of Karens have poured in. Danny went with a Karen. Let's see. We'll see. There's a lot of people jumped on the Karen boat there. As soon as they were waiting Danny to answer. And then when Danny answered, there was a flood of Karens after that. Renita goes with the 2020 pandemic. Time is up. All right. Melissa says, I feel like it may be a typhoon, but I don't know the names. Hurricanes and cyclones are confusing. How are they confusing, Nico? Hurricanes and cyclones, same thing. It just depends on what ocean they're in. That is the difference. I believe typhoons also the same. All three of them, It depends if it is in the Atlantic, the Pacific, Indian, something like that. Indian Ocean. There's like if it's on the eastern side of the Pacific, then I think it's a cyclone. If it's in the Indian Ocean, it is a typhoon, and if it's on let's see, if it hits in the Atlantic, I think it's a hurricane, something like that, or it's which coast. Patrick is actually keying right now.
Had to happen eventually.
Yes, absolutely.
I was honestly curious. I'm like, is hurricane like a strictly U.S. term for storms? Like I wasn't, and I know like, but they have like hurricanes,
Patrick knows.
cyclones are in like China or something. I don't know. I know there's like a different term, but I wasn't sure if they were all the same thing or if there was something that differentiated the different names.
So hurricanes are Atlantic, typhoons are Pacific, cyclones are any weather pattern that has a rotating. So hurricanes and tornadoes are both cyclones,
Okay.
but they're not. Obviously, hurricanes are not the same thing as tornadoes.
Okay.
So, yeah. Sorry.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're
Like there was a cyclone off, in the Gulf of Mexico this week, but they decided to call it a tropical storm until it gets upgraded to a hurricane and all that. So it's
Oh,
a
okay.
physical process, but there's all different names for it.
Okay. Now I get it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, there you go. I'm used to the South Pacific and Indian Oceans being tropical cyclones, and then hurricane is like North Pacific, like or is it like Atlantic and North Pacific?
And the other thing is that the nomenclature that we use here is hurricane is Atlantic, typhoon is Pacific, whereas most countries in the Pacific call them different names. So
Yeah, I thought the Northwest Pacific was typhoons because I know in like Hawaii we had hurricanes, which is interesting. So, anyhow, not super important. What is the correct answer?
The correct answer is typhoon tip. Mordecai got it right.
What? Oh, with just the tip? Ah, you're so sneaky.
Nico's laughing her ass off.
Ah,
Our other trivia group.
Nico is like, ha ha ha, that husband. He is so funny.
All right, so 4 Karens have lost points because Mordecai has stolen it out from under them. Just in the middle of all them saying Karen, he was like, nope.
Well, as soon as you said hurricane, I was like, okay, so it has to be U.S. based because hurricanes can only be in the Atlantic. I didn't realize it could be a hurricane, could also be a cyclone or typhoon. I still wouldn't have gotten that answer right. I'm not saying that would change anything, but that's why, Karen.
This just in, by the way, I got another message from work.
Oh, good.
I hope you're in the mood for steak this weekend. I am allowed to expense a fine dining dinner for both of us.
Well, I feel like we should. I wish we could
Nothing
wait.
like Ruth Chris delivery.
Yeah, when we could go somewhere, but all right. All right, let's move on to question number 15, which was always correctly spelled.
Always. Question number 15. What Asian megacity was known as Kaijo during its country's colonial era?
Yes, the colonial area of Kaijo.
Kaijo,
Kaijo. Probably something like that.
knowing the inflection used in the language of this country, I think you're approximately correct.
Yeah. Or more angry.
Might be more angry than intended.
Yeah, it may seem that way. Are we giving too many hints? I don't know. Trey is here. Hello, Trey.
Son of a bitch.
What?
I'll say in a minute. Nothing. Nothing is wrong.
Nothing's wrong. Glad Trey was able to join us. 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going over to the Zoom. Got a lot of different answers. It's good. Wonderful. Let's wait for Facebook to catch up, and then we'll be able to get answers out there. I will give people a hint as soon as I click this, which is you may all want to know that Trey spent a good amount of time over in Korea.
Yeah, the timing on that shit.
Mhm.
I cannot believe this is the question that Trey arrived for.
Right. He actually lived in Korea, and then he answered Seoul, Korea. Probably not by accident.
Trey,
He-
that was remarkably timed. I hope you had an excellent bicycle ride.
So we have Hong Kong. We have
Literally,
Seoul,
he lived
Korea.
in Seoul.
Yes. We have Singapore. What is the correct answer?
It's Seoul.
It is Seoul, Korea. All right.
And that is why I yelled son of a bitch when I saw Trey's answer.
You're like, damn it. Of course he got this. Trey is going to have a difficult time with the theme, possibly, though, because he's only got half the questions everybody else does. Of course, everybody's been following along and taking notes, I'm sure. Trey has been did a lap and a half of France.
I call bullshit.
No, you didn't do a lap and a half of France.
A wee tiny France for ants, maybe?
Right. What is it? Like France on the map? It was just a big map that you rode around on? Virtual France. Tiny virtual France. I know France isn't large compared to the United States, but it's still like you're still like, I did a lap and a half of Nebraska. So like you're not gonna believe. I think it's like Texas, right? I feel like France is about Texas sized. Somebody look that up and make sure. A lap and a half is a round. When you do a lap of something.
Yeah, lap is circumference.
So, well, I guess if you do a lap in a pool, that's just back and forth, though.
That's true.
But if you're doing a lap on something that's not in a pool, you're going around it.
So, the truth from Trey is that he did some number of kilometers.
That looked kind of like France. Where Mont Saint Michel and
Mont Saint Michel, Mont Ventoux, and Pont de Garde are just a few kilometers apart.
I feel like that's not real life.
40 kilometers.
How many miles, Trey?
This is America, Trey. How many fucking miles is that?
Yes. Tell us in freedom units.
Septic knows miles because he has to. How many miles is that?
Straight across is a length. Yeah, I would give you that, Septic, but I don't think that's what he was doing.
Yeah, length of a pool.
If you were running laps.
27 miles? Trey, you're an insane person.
Yeah, that's too many miles.
It's a Thursday.
Oh, 23.6 miles.
Oh,
Still
Septic was going to spot you almost 4 miles.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord. All right.
Moving on.
That is crazy. I could bike ride 1/10 of that, maybe. Like 2.5 miles, I feel real good about.
Really?
I bet I could do 2.5 miles on a bike.
Name that tune.
Done. Give me a bike. I feel like I could ride a bike for 2.5 miles. Trey, back me up. I could totally ride a bike for 2.5 miles, right? That's not even hard. Yeah. Now, if you want me to run for 2.5 miles, no. Not a chance. But on a bike, done.
Septic says, okay.
Approximately an 80-90 cadence, you can get a mile in 5 minutes. So yeah, you're good.
Wait, you're adding time into this, and I did not add time
This
to
is
this.
not a physics problem.
I didn't say I could do 2.5 miles in X amount of minutes. I said that I could ride a bike for 2.5 miles eventually.
Septic says, okay, it's 12:30 at night.
He's in the United States, so it's not 12:30 here, but
So he basically just invited me to give him a motherfucking break.
Emily only did 9 today, but there was a day that I did 27. There was one where Septic did like 1,000 miles and his legs fell off, so I don't even know. Let's go on to question number 16.
Washington Nationals pitcher Max Scherzer is best known for his fastball and what condition which causes his irises to be 2 different colors.
Oh. Doce de Colors. If Keith leaves a train station on a bike and Emily leaves her place on a Peloton, which color is dragon fruit? That's a tough one. Here's what I will say is that if I were to leave a train station on a bike and Emily were to be at her place on a Peloton, she would get there first.
Sure.
Yeah. On a stationary bike, she would beat me to wherever I was going.
Oh, I see the joke that you're making now.
Yeah.
Good spelling, Emily. Nailed it.
Nico goes with Tommy John eyes. The surgery you need.
That's
on your-
really fucked up.
surgery. On
It's the best thing I could have done. It took me like 4 autocorrects and then I just gave up.
Downhill on an electric bike. See? Look at that. Renita's my people. Renita's with me. She understands my plight. I didn't put conditions on it. I just said 2.5 miles on a bike. Book it.
What? Septic said it was 56. What is Septic saying? Is that about when Septic ran 56 miles?
Yeah, he ran 56 miles and his legs fell off.
Like a lunatic.
He ran until he literally couldn't run anymore.
And what were you saying it was? That he
I said
corrected you?
1,000 miles.
Oh. So he was being a little more humble and you were being a little more braggy.
Well, I was doing kilometers.
Oh.
So it works out to very
You were doing
similar.
commie units.
Mhm. All right, time is up. Nunya Biz went with pink eye. That's, could be it as well.
That's a good one.
Style point for Nunya Biz.
Yes. You actually made my face move.
Uh-huh.
Good job.
A lot of people went with heterochromia, which I don't really know about his sex life, but that's possible. I don't know.
Could be.
It's not really my business, I'll be honest.
None of my business.
If he's homochromia or heterochromia, like whatever floats his boat.
Remember to tell you the story of how I told my mom something was none of her business and she laughed her fucking ass off.
All right. All right. So what is the correct answer? Since obviously nobody got it right.
Heterochromia.
What? That is why makes no sense. What about central heterochromia?
Yeah, why not?
What is the difference between central heterochromia and non-central heterochromia?
Danny's the one who knows what central heterochromia is.
Can I guess? I've got to guess. My guess is that when it isn't central, it's that part of your eye is a different color than the other part of your eye. But if your eyes are completely one color and the other color, then it's central. That's my theory. I'm sticking with it.
Danny's ignoring you.
You have a guess?
Sorry, I'm dealing with insurance stuff and talking to my HR manager friend.
Ask them if they can fix eyes that are different colors.
She's an HR, okay? She's not a magician.
Right. I'm just saying it'll bring levity to the situation.
Oh, actually, Danny was wrong. Central heterochromia means the bit just around your pupil is a different color from the rest of your iris. And what we were looking for is heterochromia, where each eye is a totally different color.
So like the edge of your color is darker maybe, and then the inside color
Right.
is lighter. I've met people with that.
I've
That's
got
pretty
like
cool.
blue in the middle, and then
That's much more common.
Are mine like that? Let's see. Look at that. That's darker. Does that count? I don't know. Probably not. All right.
Question 17, please.
Fine. Question 17.
Al Capone's cell in what prison was famously decorated with oriental rugs and fine furniture?
I like watching the playback of everybody's eyes getting close. I like that I was putting my eye really close and Nico was putting her eye really close and Danny was looking at us both like, oh God, why is this happening?
I keep wondering who the matchup is.
There's no matchup.
You
Not a
won't know.
single matchup.
You guys are weirdos.
Yes.
That is so fucking true.
That is.
I have been exhausted all day because of this ridiculous work I've been doing, and now I'm having a sudden burst of energy that I can't explain.
We have homeo weirdoness.
I've been super exhausted, and last night when my head hit the pillow, my brain was like, Thought Olympics, we're not going to sleep. Fuck you.
Yeah, I feel that way all the time. Like I'm so exhausted, and then I lay down in bed, and my body and my brain immediately go, "Yay, we're in the thinking place! It's our favorite." And then
I stole the phrase Thought Olympics from Smiles, by the way.
I love that. I'm gonna have to take that one. Oh my god, it's the worst. I'm like, I'm going on the couch so I can go to sleep. My body must be fooled into thinking I'm sleeping somewhere else. Believe me.
I'll have you know, Smiles, that every time my brain engages in the Thought Olympics at bedtime, I think of the phrase Thought Olympics and I smile a little bit and think of you.
That's pretty lovely. I like Nico just confused her own brain by not going to the thinking bed. Just went to a different place to sleep.
That works. It really does.
Really? So, like,
Yeah.
your brain isn't like, oh, we're going to sleep. We should think a bunch. It was like, oh, look, the bed. I love thinking in the bed. What? Why are we on the couch again? All right. Guess we'll sleep.
Yeah. Okay. This means TV must be on. I'm gonna go to sleep.
I've started just using my iPad to play FiOS on, like I put the iPad on my nightstand and have it play the TV through the iPad because I don't have a TV in my room because I can't. There's sometimes I just can't stop thinking.
All right. So a lot of people said Eastern State Penitentiary. Some people said Alcatraz. Others said Sing Sing. The Rancho is what Septic went with. The very famous prison, the Rancho.
I love you, Septic. I like that he just makes up American sounding shit.
Yes.
It's my favorite.
El Rancho Americano. Let's see. Patrick says, I suffer from homeochromia. What? Really?
Homochromia, meaning
homochromia.
both his eyes are the same color.
Oh. You should,
Meaning he's just a normal schmo.
yeah, you should try and change it up a little. Like, yeah, just try things, do experimentation.
Jeez, Nico apparently has 3 apps on her phone. Total.
That's it? Just 3 apps? All right. That is intense.
Is one of the apps called Phone?
Yeah. The one's camera.
Oh,
Oh.
you have 3 apps to help you meditate and sleep. I thought you had like the most Spartan phone on the planet. I was going to be so impressed.
I was literally trying to think of which 3 I would still hold on to. Right? Like, which ones would
I'd
you...
hang on to the sports one where I get my sports news.
Okay. You would definitely have the sports one. Okay. That's fair.
YouTube?
I feel like, can you do YouTube through the web browser? I'd want the web browser.
Okay.
Definitely is important. I don't know if that counts as an app or not, but...
I feel like maybe we're talking about like apps that didn't come already installed on your
Yeah,
phone.
Netflix
Netflix.
would be pretty strong. I feel like that one would be on there. I'd have to look at my phone. Let's see what other... Because there's so many of them.
The one with the boobs on it?
Yeah, whichever one has boobs on it, I'm doing that. I feel like I could get rid of, like, Facebook, and I don't even use Instagram. Banking apps, that's pretty handy. I can take
You
pictures.
can do that for browser. Oh, well, you can take the pictures.
Take pictures of my checks and stuff like that. That's pretty good.
Not going into the bank is pretty dope. Oh my god, my coworker wrote me and was like, dude, did you know you have to go into the bank to wire money? I was like, how old are you? He's like, can't I just do this from my laptop? And I was like, he's buying a house and he wants to be able to transfer his down payment for his entire house from his laptop without oversight from the bank.
With nobody else looking on, that seems dangerous.
Yeah, you should just be able to swipe your money left.
I didn't know that was what he was doing, but I was like, hey, maybe you can use like Zelle, which is a money transfer app. And he's like, I feel like they might have a limit. I'm buying a house. And I was like, go to the fucking bank.
I feel like I could actually get away with it if I took time and like switch some things around. I think I could do it with 3 apps because I have an Android phone, and so I get like tasks, I think, already downloads for me, so I get that. I've got a calendar, got text messages, phone, camera, web browser. All those are built in right as soon as I get it. So a bunch of that would be set.
Yeah, these kittens.
Septic has a quote for us. He says, "Okay, Steve, for your murders, you are going to the rancho." It's
Yeah.
pretty convincing.
Yeah. I like that he thinks that all Americans are also named Steve.
All right, Steve.
Steve and Barbara. All right.
Would you like to give the answer to this question?
Yeah, I guess so.
Go ahead.
I don't know it. You
You've
have to
been
tell me-
there.
What have I?
Yeah.
Hawaii.
No.
Alcatraz.
No, the other one.
I've been to Alcatraz. I haven't been to Sing Sing, so it would have to be Eastern State Penitentiary.
Yes. Would you like to say why we were there?
Sure. Let's do our next question, and we'll give that story.
So
Did
I
we finish the
have.
other story? We didn't finish the rib story either.
Oh, okay. We'll do the
What's-
rib story, and then we'll do the Eastern State Penitentiary.
There's no
story.
way we'll forget them. Yeah, we definitely do it.
Those ribs are good though, and there's still some upstairs, so I'm not gonna forget.
All right, so here we go. Question 18.
Question number 18. According to Mosaic law, spelled out in Deuteronomy 25, what is the maximum number of lashes a man may receive lest he be degraded?
Is this a closest question or not?
No.
Nope. All right.
Now talk about ribs.
So yeah, so as I said, last time we ordered from, or the previous time we ordered from Outback, it said, "Would you like to add twisted ribs to your like steak?" And I was like, "Sure, why not? I've never tried them. I like ribs, right? That's good." And so I was like, "Yeah, the extra $10 or whatever the thing was." And so I got them, and so when I was unpacking everything, we were getting dinner. I was like, "Hey, I got this thing that we can try." And Kane was like, "Oh, all right, cool." And so we broke them out, and gave her over the package, and she ate one. And like as she's eating it, she was like, "Oh, let's try this."
That was me. That was my face.
These are so good. And I think you ended up eating all of them,
I did.
except for maybe one.
One. I insisted that you eat one.
Out of like 4, she of the ribs that I ordered, she ate 3 of them and was like, "I suppose I'll let you have this last one." They're very good. They're like sticky and smoky and sweet and tangy and just very tasty. And so she's had a very long week because of work and stuff. She's had to do a bunch of work, extra hours, very intense.
I was working until 11 o'clock last night.
Very intense work as well. And so I said I'd get her dinner, and she said, "Okay, I want French onion soup. I want cream spinach." So I was like, "No problem." I got myself a steak, got her that stuff. And while I was there, I ordered some twisted ribs because I knew she really liked them. But the thing was, she didn't know. So when we got it, I took the order of ribs out and I said, "Oh, I got you something a little extra." And she was like, "What the hell is this? Oh, these are the ribs! I totally forgot about these ribs. Oh my God, I love these ribs. Thank you so much for ordering these ribs. Don't worry. I promise that I'll share some of these with you this time." And I said, "No, you don't have to, because I got this second order of ribs." And she was like, "Oh, in that case, you could share some of your order with me." And I said, "No need, because I got this third order of ribs." And her brain exploded. She was like, "How did you know?" So I was playing chess while her brain was playing checkers.
This
And-
goes under best partner ever.
Right? And so I was like, my thought was, if I would like to have 4 ribs, I should
You
probably
better get 12 ribs.
I'd better get 2 other orders of ribs so that she eats her order, eats whatever amount out of my ribs she thought she was going to eat. And then I'll get 4 and maybe a couple of extra, possibly.
He's so good.
So,
I'm so in love.
so that was dinner tonight. What was the question? What was our question? Lashings?
Yeah, so maximum number of lashes.
So-
According to the actual scripture that I quoted, which is Deuteronomy 25, the answer is 40.
Is 40. Nico believes that if you do enough lashes, that person can no longer be found. She has made it a 404. That resource
Oh, I get it.
is unavailable.
I get that joke.
I'm reading the scripture right now, and
Yeah.
I'm already did that for you.
I'm gonna say Danny's pretty good with this scripture stuff.
I got multiple Bibles.
Yeah, but
All of the
where
Bibles.
you use the correct one.
I don't know what Smiles is wowing about. I can't tell.
Is that the norm, or is this a special occasion?
He's normally this amazing. I gotta be honest.
I don't know about that. All right, so we've got. I like that Danny didn't look it up on the internet because they had an actual Bible. So we never said you couldn't look it up in the Bible.
Would you like to hear the actual quote now that we're well actually in Caitlin? But the judge must not impose more than 40 lashes,
Yeah.
which is less than or equal.
So where did you get these ribs again from?
Outback.
Outback? They're super tasty.
They're called twisted ribs. The sauce is like sticky and a little sweet and a little spicy, but not like too spicy because I don't really like my ribs spicy. It's just got a little bit of interest to it.
I would even say spicy.
But I think though that they might have like I swear to God, they're like deep fried or something. I don't know how they get that like sticky, delicious edge on them.
Air fryer.
Yeah, something. It's like if you get like the sticky ribs from like a Chinese food place. It's like that, but like American barbecue version of that. It's pretty tasty. All right, so
I just want to put a disclaimer that every translation has a different quote.
yeah, we're using the one directly from God.
Yep.
hmm
Okay. We're going to question number 19.
It's the word of God. It's infallible. So stop questioning it. My dad's seminary, my Jesus Christ Superstar were both wrong. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Let's go on to 19.
19. The construction of what archipelago required 5.5 million cubic meters of rock brought over from 16 quarries in Dubai.
So Eastern State Penitentiary.
There we go.
You'd forgotten about it for a hot
Yep.
second, didn't you? The
Brain pudding.
Eastern State Penitentiary we've got on the Zoom, which unfortunately is not being shown on the show right now, but we'll get back to it. So we went there. Probably
Like 3
5
years ago?
4 years ago, yeah, something like that.
3 or 4.
And we decided, so they do a haunted house there at the Eastern State Penitentiary. You go into the prison, and then they have multiple like hallways and buildings that are all decked out in different themes. You go through the whole thing. It's really well done. The whole thing took like 45 minutes, I want to say. And I'm not talking about like waiting in line 45 minutes. I'm talking about like walking through it 45 minutes. And they've got all kinds of different themes that are all like trippy in different ways. It's a lot of fun. One of the interesting pieces, though, is right as you're starting, they let you know that you can get a glowing necklace if you'd like, and if you're wearing that glowing necklace, in that case, no one will touch you or move you or kidnap you.
Mm-mm.
What?
Opposite way. If you're wearing it, they won't.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. If you're wearing you get a glow necklace. You put your glow necklace on. If you're wearing the glow necklace, then you're allowed to be touched and kidnapped and moved and stuff like that. If you're not wearing it, you won't be touched or moved or kidnapped.
You can just take it off and throw it on the ground.
And if it's too overwhelming, at any point you can pull it off, throw it on the ground, and you're done. Right? You can still walk through everything. You just won't have they won't interact. But that means that if you are wearing one, like as you're going through, they will do things like they'll like take one of the people in your party and send them a different direction, or they'll like brush your hair with or all kinds of different things. And so it was a lot of fun. But the best part, we'll tell you after the next question. So what was the correct answer for this question? Question 19.
The Palm Islands.
The Palm Islands.
So
What we're
Danny got it
looking
right.
for. Palm Jumeirah.
Jumeirah.
Palm Jamiroquai. Is Jumeirah is that like Arabic for island?
Might be.
Huh. All right. We have a bunch of Karens, unfortunately, who have all lost points for this one. Does Renita get a point for face palm? It's kind of. It's
Face
surprisingly
Palm
close.
Archipelago.
I mean, we gave it for just the tip,
I'll allow it.
right? I'm just saying, if it was a play on words.
Okay, question number 20.
Renita says no point, but I don't know.
I'm giving you a point anyway. You're
Yeah,
not the boss of me,
you-
Renita.
Too bad. You're gonna get a point. You're gonna like it.
Take that.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you were being funny, but you kind of nailed it. You're allowed to be funny and correct. So let's go to question number 20.
Question number 20. Which European medieval city is known for its canals, has famous landmarks of the Church of Our Lady, the Basilica of the Holy Blood, and a 13th century belfry with 47 bells?
All right, so the haunted prison, wonderful. It's fairly expensive. I want to say it was like $45 or something, but really enjoyed it. Definitely worth going and doing. And what we did is we packed a whole van full of people and went, and so we had like 5 or 7 people with us. Total. That was our group. But the best part is that one of our members of our group had the most ridiculous like fight or flight response to scary things. However, she also really enjoys being scared, but she's one of those people that when you scare her, she just screams and runs and jumps and like immediately reacts. So the entire time was us literally just laughing because it was so amazing, this like visceral reaction that she was having. And so she would like scream and be super upset, but then like would end up laughing and like, you know, crying from laughter because of like the overstimulation. And
I can't remember who it was in our group that got literally 15 feet inside the haunted house and ripped off their necklace. They're like, we were talking about, do
Oh.
you want a necklace? And they're like, yeah, I got this, no problem. Like 15 feet in, they're like, fuck this.
yeah. I want to say, was Brian there?
Was it Lee?
Maybe. I was wondering if Brian McCracken was there.
Oh, might have been
It
Morgan.
might have been Morgan. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
but Renee, though, had the best. We decided then and there at the Eastern State Penitentiary, we're never going to a haunted house again unless we're with Renee.
Yeah.
And we would, like, we were just a little bit in front of her the whole time. And so we would, like, fake yell things, be like, oh, God, Renee, like, look out, basically. And so the ghosts who were, like, working in the haunted house started
Yeah.
screaming her name.
Yeah, they figured out that she was the one to go after. And so it got even worse.
It was
Oh,
amazing.
it was amazing. It was so great.
I kept getting kidnapped because I was being so calm. And so they're trying to be like, oh, let's rouse this one up a little bit. And I was like, oh, hello.
Where are we going now?
And then they'd be done with me and they'd send me back to my friends and I'd be like, thank you.
My favorite moment, though, there was a lot of like jump scare stuff that, you know, like didn't affect me all that much. I had a couple that were like, it felt like somebody was like literally going to hit me in the face. Right. And I was like, there was one guy that like ran at me and the lights were strobing. And so like, I'm literally like kind of dodging. Cause I'm like, this guy's coming
I did
right
not
at
like
me.
the strobing. I was holding on to Keith most of the time when there was strobing, which may be a reason they came and attacked me because they thought like, oh, she's clinging to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I was just trying not to fall over.
And so the two moments, there was one where they did an all black lights and you wore crazy glasses that made things all stars and
That was
stuff.
nuts.
And in this black light area, they had all these things painted different colors and everything. But the, what was it? But everything else was like velvet black, like the walls and stuff. And then they had somebody in a suit, like a velvet black, like hentai suit or whatever. What is that called?
Yep.
Zentai suit.
Zentai suit.
So that it's head to toe, all black, with little like
5 smiles.
stickies on everywhere, and like they had them on their like fingers and stuff, and so they would move, and so the wall would kind of move because it was this person, but you couldn't tell where they stopped and the wall started. That was pretty trippy and fun. And then
The commemorative photo at the end.
did we have a commemorative photo at the end?
No.
Oh, I don't know that we had that.
We got it. It was awesome.
But we also, the best one that happened to me, and I still have no idea exactly how it happened, was going down a hallway. They had set up a bunch of like crates, boxes, right, on the right-hand side. So you had to kind of go around them and snake around things to kind of make the hallway longer. And so I came around the boxes thinking, oh, there's going to be somebody behind the boxes. Right? You're like, oh, I'm behind the boxes, right? And there wasn't anybody. And so I was like, oh, all right. So I kind of came around and I decided I'd wait there for everybody to kind of catch up with me before moving forward, just so that we're still in a group. And I was all alone with these boxes like behind me. And I heard something behind me that touched, did I say it touched my shoulder or my hair? I can't remember.
I think it was your hair.
I think it touched my hair, and it was like real light like this, and it went in my ear, and I turned around, nothing there. And I was like, okay, that was really good. That was super
I
creepy.
think you clapped, didn't you?
Yeah, I might have clapped. I was like, that was awesome. Really well done. Because I didn't get the air on my ear, so it was far enough away for not that, but it was somebody whispering. So they were right behind me and they could touch me. And they just went, boo. And I turned around, nothing, just boxes. I was like, that's brilliant. I have no idea what happened.
Awesome.
Well done. So,
And then we ate cheesesteaks and then we came home.
yes. Is that when did we have our South Street taco that time, or is that a different time?
I think that was a different time because
Okay.
that time we went to the like kind of further away Philly cheesesteak place.
That's
Remember
right.
that like white building with the benches out front?
Yeah. I don't remember that one, like what it was called. Wasn't it something like something steak company or something like Eastern Steak Company or
Oregon?
Oregon Steak Company or something? Yeah, maybe. All right. Correct answer was Burgess, Belgium.
Yeah.
We have a Burgess, Belgium. And
Burgess. Something. I don't care.
Those are those little birds.
Yeah.
Right? That you can feed with.
Budgies.
Yeah. All right. So those are all the correct answers. That means that we're going to move over to the theme. Yeah. All right. What?
Yep. No, you're right.
That's the
I'm
theme?
sorry.
So we've got all of our shares and everything. We got to pick those out first. Let's go find out how many shares we have. It looks like on Facebook, I got to go back out and back in because I have to like not be me.
And you shake it all about.
Yes,
That's what it's all about.
that is exactly what it's all about.
I can't wait to eat cream spinach.
5 shares, Nico, Emily, and 2 from Michael Barbine. I don't see a 5th share.
That is very confusing.
Yeah, I don't know where the 5th share is. I can't see it, but it says 5 shares, so let's call it as
Let's just do it.
5 shares. Emily, it says Emily shared as well. Oh, there it is. No, that's right. Emily, Nico, and Michael. Those are the only ones I see.
Maybe
but-
Barbine shared to a group where you don't have access to or something.
Maybe. Let's call it 5 for the sake of points at least.
5.
So those 4 points for people, but we'll add the extra point just for the theme itself. And then let's go check out who's hosting us. Another wasted hour.
I know
Over on
Patrick gets
Twitch.
one.
Emily,
Emily.
Princess Fussy Pants.
Hey, that's me.
That's you. Thank you for doing that. Old Guy Gaming Time. You can go check him out. He does some streaming. A good friend of mine. Friends of Fear. That is Michael Barbine. Septic Scope. Trey. Patrick. And Nico. All getting points.
Nico. Okay.
So how many total do we have?
We have 13.
Shares and 13 total?
Yeah.
Times 5, 65?
I literally can't math today, so just in case. 65.
Look at that. I'm basically a genius. 65 points up for grabs. We're going to put 60 seconds up on the clock. Let's go over to the main one here so that, oh, that's not going to work, right? That's not the thing I want.
What are you doing with your life?
I know. We'll go to the chat. That's what we're going to do. All right. 60 seconds on the clock starting now. We need people to guess the theme for the night. You can wait until the end to guess it if you want. You don't get any extra points for guessing first, but that is up to you how you're going to handle it. But what we do know is that this is indeed the time to guess. You now have about 40 seconds. Theme, as far as I could tell, was "Damn It, Trey."
Yep.
That seems good.
Trey gets all the points.
30
65 points to Trey.
Yes. 30 seconds has already passed. 25 seconds. Getting down to the nitty-gritty. 20 seconds. Hopefully there's some people who already know the theme and they're holding off. They think they've got this. 15 seconds. All right. 10 seconds. Ooh, this is getting very close. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're just going to wait for Facebook to catch up, and then time is officially up. So let's see how long you've got. Patrick has guessed correctly. The theme was that he loses.
That is correct.
That was the correct theme. Ghosts, haunted sites. I see, because we've got the Winchester Mystery House, and we've got the Eastern State Penitentiary.
That's true.
So I could see that. We have the Bible.
And then we have the Haunted Archipelago of
And
the Palm Islands.
The Great Haunted
The Bible, which is
yes.
haunted.
That is haunted. It has a zombie in it.
Max Scherzer's face, which is haunted.
Yep, zombie Jesus.
All of Seoul, Korea.
I'm not going to argue about zombie Jesus. I went to a zombie Jesus birthday party one day.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that was alive and then died and then comes back to life, zombie, right? We're all fair on that. Especially if it's like several days later. Come on. Yeah, Seoul, Korea, full of souls. Souls are ghosts. That way it's haunted. We know that.
Yep. Nailed it.
Yeah, so this makes sense. None of your business has gone with a Karen, which is not a theme. Not enough people even said Karen for it to be a theme. Time is up. Let me go to the hints here we have, and you guys can see if you might have changed your answer if you had seen these ahead of time. I've got questions 1 through 10 here, but it would really be 11 through 20. But question number 11 had the word arms. Question 12, pour. 13, vessel. 14, eye. 5, soul. 6, iris. 7, cell. 8, lashes. 9, palm. 10, canal. So Nico says, so not ghosts?
Not ghosts. It's not ghosts.
It doesn't look like anybody got this one. What was the correct answer?
Parts of the body.
Yeah, we had different parts of the body. Hello, just in time. You're going to be here for the final question. You'll have nothing that you can actually wager, but you can jump in and answer anyway if you want, Shaggy.
Even after I thought it was
I was
fish.
about to say.
Is it fish?
Tips could have been close.
It's not fish. Fish don't have palms.
I don't know all the fish. There could be palm fish.
Oh, a palm
Eyelashes
fish.
on a fish.
No, she's saying it's a lash fish.
Oh, a lash fish.
Yeah, which is,
And arms on a fish.
it's an arm fish.
Got
Yeah.
it.
I don't know, guys. It's really late.
The great mid-Atlantic arm fishes. All right, so that is the theme. Nobody got it. I guess maybe 65 points goes on to next week.
If we can remember that.
Yeah, if we remember. You remind us, because technically it could roll over if there's a theme next week. That's the other key. So, let's go to our final question. So I'm going to put up the category. Final question of the night. It is about the animal kingdom.
This is not an easy question.
Not an easy question, but it is about the animal kingdom. If you feel good,
It is a fascinating question.
it is about puppies. So if you know things about puppies. No, I'm kidding. All right. So if you don't want to go all in, let us know and we will we'll let you know what your score is so you can decide what you want to bet in. If you'd like to go all in, just put all in and we won't go
Danny
through it.
is going all in.
Yep, Danny all in. They have decided that it's going to be
Trey
all or
will
nothing.
go all in. Melissa will go all in.
Mm-hmm.
Nico will go all in.
Correct.
Emily, all in.
Septic
Septic
all
is
for the
in
end.
for the all.
Renita,
Renita would
2
like to wager
points.
2 points.
perfectly reasonable.
Perfectly.
Yep,
reasonable.
that's smart because if everybody else gets it wrong, if everyone gets it wrong, you may be sitting there with some points left over while everybody else is out.
Nunya is all in.
Yep. And Mordecai all in. Shaggy is all in.
We need Barbine.
Technically.
Smiles has departed. And Patrick. We need Patrick's election.
Patrick's election. Barbine, are you there? Barbine, can you hear my voice?
Barbine!
We need to know your bet.
Patrick says he will bet it all.
All right.
Oh.
Earlier in the chat. Did we...
Oh, yes, he did say, I will bet it all.
Oh, he did. Okay. We're still looking on Barbine, though, right?
Barbine.
All right. I've got 60 seconds on the clock for our last people.
Can you hear the sound of my voice?
Smiles is gone, so we probably won't hear from them. We're gonna make Craig go all in, even though he's not here. Friends of Fear, bet it all. I'm here. All right.
Bet it all.
This is very exciting, everybody. I think.
Okay,
basically-
that's everybody then.
Yeah, everyone is in. Let's see, what has Renita got?
Renita has 19 points.
19 points. So if everyone were to lose, that Smiles has got 13 points.
Hold up.
What?
Danny said all in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. Just ignore me. I'm not good at life.
That should be half of the total score.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Can't do it.
Nailed it. All right. All of the bets are locked in. You cannot change them any. So here we go. The final question. Again, I will say this as I do every week. We're going to put the question up on the screen. You do not get any extra points for answering soonest. So it's up to you strategy-wise when you want to answer. If you don't know it, maybe you answer early and make people question. If you know it, maybe you answer late and make so people can't follow you. Maybe if you do know it, you answer it early so that then people question if that's the real answer. There's so many things you could do right now, and your time starts now. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to put the question up. That was rude. Hold on. Final question. There we go. Now
And
I've
your
got
time starts
it.
now.
Nailed it. That was really good. I had to get it was a false start to get your nerves in control there. That was helping. All right, let's see. We've got answers coming in. People already answering. This is strong. We'll see. Nobody's waiting on Melissa, which I'm surprised by.
Me too.
Like if I'm playing this
I don't
game,
see the question yet. I must have some weird delay. Oh, now I see it.
I'm just saying, with 15 seconds left, I would have probably waited for the Melissa answer. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going over to the Zoom. A few more seconds left as people filter in their answers, but it could happen any second here. This is overage time, like in a soccer game. Some people get it, some people don't, because it depends on what platform you're on. Definitely move over to Twitch, I think, if you're doing this, because it's faster. You get things quicker. I will say that. So time is up for everybody. All right, we've got some different answers. We've got blue whale, we've got sperm whale, we've got elephant. We've got Renita with just whale, which seems maybe a little general. There's a lot of different whales. Emily has gone with sperm whale and then corrected her answer to damn it. So I don't know. That's feeling unfortunate. So this is it. All the people that went all in, this means you get double the score or nothing. And we'll be announcing the winner right after this. So what is the correct answer?
Sperm whale.
What? Oh, with a surprising upset. Oh my goodness. Melissa, this is not your night.
I thought it was going to be a trick question of heaviest versus largest, you know? So I was like, it might be the largest, but maybe it's not the heaviest.
So what you did is what we like to call pulling an Emily, where
I think too much. That's
right,
all it is.
where you get the math question wrong, even though you have a math degree. You got the
Well,
you
she
got
said
the
it was
marine
gonna be really
biology
difficult.
question wrong. What's that?
Yeah. She said it was going to be really difficult, so I thought it was tricky.
I think a lot of people had trouble with this.
Yeah, and her gift's already on the way, so it doesn't matter anyway.
All right. So what do we say about whale? Is that a wheel of...
I can't take that.
You can't take it?
No.
No. All right. All right. Unfortunately, those 2 points go away. So I think we need to know. Well, you're doing tallying, right? I'm going to let her tally up all of the points and everything while that's happening and the computers are making their noises and that stuff. Exactly. I'm going to remind everybody that we're doing this at 7 o'clock every Thursday night. As long as we got 10 people, we're raring to go. We're up on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Follow us, subscribe. We would appreciate that. It means a lot to us. Let other people know about it as well. Share the show. You can get points for that. And if we have any change in schedule or anything like that, we'll let you know on our social media. So A Wasted Hour on Twitter, Another Wasted Hour on Instagram and Facebook. Go check us out on our secret group, A Wasted Group on Facebook. We talk about some changes that we might make there and get people's inputs. And if you have some ideas of how we can make the show better, we'd love to hear them there. That would be fantastic. And finally, don't forget that all of this is because of a podcast that had been going on for 3 years. Another Wasted Hour, 140 plus episodes. You can go check those out now. They're free. They're available anywhere you can get podcasts. Go check them out. Subscribe if you enjoy it. Give us a review and some stars if the platform allows it. We would appreciate that. And let people know about that if you enjoy it. It's funny. It's fun. And it'll make you aware of a lot of really great art and music in the Washington, D.C. area that you've probably never heard of before. So definitely something worth checking out. And you can also go to listen.anotherwastedhour.com. You can just check out episodes there if you don't want to make a commitment. I think that's all the things. So we've got a winner, right?
We do.
We have a winner. Who is our winner?
The winner this week with 48 points is Danny.
Hey! Danny is our winner this week. Congratulations to Danny.
Oh, I think I did the math wrong. I think I had one more week, but okay.
They are shocked.
Yeah, it was 5 weeks ago.
Oh.
They're shocked and
I am
amazed.
shocked.
There you go.
Oh my.
Well, congratulations.
Damn it, I got the math wrong.
Yeah, it was you and then Emily, Nico, Melissa, and Rob.
I had a post-it note.
So congratulations, Danny. An excellent job. We got to figure it out. We don't have Rob here, so we'll have to reach out to Rob and get him to send you something, or if he's not game on that, we'll take care of it and figure out something. But winner for this week, Danny, congratulations. And I think that's all the things, right? what else do we have? That's
Did
about
Rob
it.
fill out his survey?
I haven't sent it yet.
No, he
Oh,
hasn't
okay.
sent it because we didn't send it to him, so there's no way you could possibly know.
No worries.
It was good seeing everybody. So until next Thursday at 7 o'clock, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget to vote. That's super important. I don't even care who you vote for. I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me for saying that, but I would really like just everyone to vote whatever they would like to vote for. And hopefully, people come out of that with a person that represents everybody in a really good way. And if I'm on the wrong side of that, then so be it. But I think everybody should be represented. So go do that. Go vote. Go vote early. I won't say vote often because that's illegal. So just don't do that. That's a terrible idea. But do vote early. Make sure you go to that. It'll probably be record turnouts. So you'll want to make sure you set some time aside if you're going to get in line and stuff. If you're there, take precautions because there'll be a big group of people that you're probably with. And you have no idea how many precautions they're going to take. So yeah, all the people who've been, frontline workers on all this, thank you for the sacrifice that you've made. We've got some poll workers that'll probably be joining you shortly on that list of essential workers and volunteers. That's all I've got, everybody. So until Thursday next week, 7 o'clock, what is the final word of the show?
Obliteration.
Well, I think we know that relates to both Caitlin's brain and what she's going to do to those ribs. So until next week, everybody, have a great night. Bye.
Ribs.
Yes, that's what you're going to be getting.